What are we having for breakfast, Luke? It's a parfait. So everybody love parfait. Luke, are you suffering from the Disney blues? Do you have Disney depression? It is the Monday after getting back from Disney World. I think I'm suffering what is known as the Disney Hangover. How are you feeling?
Well, I just took like a 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
So
helpful.
that felt good.
Yeah. Oh man.
Felt necessary.
Last night we got back to the Lynchburg airport, not the Roanoke airport, at like, what, 11:30 at night, and then it's an hour drive from there. We went from that airport because it was like $1,500 cheaper, so it seemed worth it while you were buying the tickets, but oh my gosh, it was the longest hour drive of my life. You slept. You slept. Disney Hangover, I think, is different from what people call the Disney Blues, which is like a literal depression people suffer after they leave Disney World. So what happens, I think, is that the stakes for fun are so high at Disney that you are able to summon the mental willpower to press on no matter what. Like, it's not important that you haven't slept. It's not important that your feet hurt or that you've walked more in 3 days than you had all last month. Like, all that's important is that
There's fun to be had.
Yeah, that you haven't had that pretzel with the Mickey ears yet, and there's a 5-minute wait at Splash Mountain, and you know, like, that's what's important to you while you're at the park. Nothing else matters, but I think you like build up a bunch of like excess exhaustion, and then when you're not at the park, it's like, okay, boom, all at once. And that's how I'm feeling today. You guys suffering from Disney blues or Disney hangover?
You know what? I feel like I have the opposite happening. I'm just very excited and pumped and just like,
all chipper as can be.
Yeah, I really am.
I think I'm just exhausted. I think
Well,
it's
there's
still slowly, like, I'm just trying to recover from how much movement and exposure to sun and
so much exposure to sun.
and stimulus. Just so much stimulus.
It's very quiet here.
I had a little when I was like leaving Magic Kingdom on the last day, but today I'm good, and I'm also just very much recovering from being tired. We walked like 40 miles across the course of 4.5 days, so it was a lot. It was a lot.
Disney Hangover Day 2. Feeling much better, although I do have a bit of a stiff neck, I think because the moment I fell asleep I did not move at all until I woke up, so there is that. But I was not the only one. Luke slept for a solid like 12 hours straight last night. Like, that's a new record, like in his whole life record. Couldn't believe it. Needed it because did not want to get up. Thank you, Luke. Also, I just, as of recording this right now, yesterday we posted the coffee table conundrum vlog, and everyone's response has been the exact same, which is put end tables next to the couch. We definitely thought of that. The problem is this is one end of the couch, so as you can see, a table would block the entryway, and this is the other end of the couch, where as you can see, a table would block an entryway. And also we have like the chaise lounge, I guess, attachment, so you couldn't really put it right there anyway. The solution ultimately was actually these two chairs, and then we have the little table right there. And I have been enjoying the adjustment very much. We eat dinner all together in the dining room now much more often, which is nice because I grew up doing that, and I feel like it's just a really important thing that I want to make sure we do with Luke and any future kids. Not that that is happening anytime soon. And because we have Luke playing in here so often, I feel like we just watch a little less TV because we try and limit like any amount of screen time he might have, which is probably just better for us as well. Day 3, how are you faring?
Oh, well, I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I don't think I've woken up yet. I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm still just
tired?
physically exhausted. Yeah. Been working out every day this week, and it has just been like, I have no gas at all.
Yeah. I would say I am currently suffering a head cold, which I am attributing to the travel. So I'm gonna count it as part of my hangover here. And then the other big symptom everyone is still suffering from is not being able to get the Splash Mountain song out of their head. It's like unrelenting. everyone, literally everyone individually got it stuck in their head. It's not, I don't feel like we passed it to each other.
Pretty good, cheers, you're born.
Yeah, pretty good cheers, you're born. Those are the words.
What does that even mean?
What does it even mean? What we are doing is, we just ordered a Chemex and this Dr. Hetzner kettle. Because, you know, now that we have our own coffee company, we obviously need to be knowledgeable about many different ways to make coffee. So, right now what I'm doing, this is the inaugural one, and what you do is you want to pour, this is the bloom. So we're just going to pour it and cover, get everything wet. And then we wait.
Ooh, look at that, it's boiling.
Oh yeah, you want all the gas to come out of the beans.
So, it's October 5th. It is still in the 80s outside and so hot, but I am refusing to let that stop me from baking some pumpkin muffins and burning my fall scented candles, so it's going down. Whole wheat flour, baking soda, salt, pumpkin pie spice, 2 eggs, cup of pumpkin puree, maple syrup, vanilla extract, coconut oil. I just realized my recipe says baking soda, not baking powder. I'm glad I caught that because I have no idea what the difference would be, but I assume I wouldn't be good. Alright, they are ready. Seems like we only made enough for 11, so we have an empty slot, but look pretty good. So I just put the muffins in the oven. I was about to clean up, and look what I found laying on the counter. These are the 2 eggs that I got out to put in the muffins. Should I like take it out and try to like mix them in, or do I just like let it go? Alright, so here they are. Despite not having eggs, they don't look bad. They maybe look a little flat. They're healthy muffins anyway, so like they probably weren't gonna be like delicious, fluffy cupcakes, you know? Still pretty good. Even without the eggs. Butter helps.
Busy day. We're about to go get some brunch with our friends. And then what are you doing?
I am gonna go help Alice set up some flowers for her wedding.
And then me and Ben and Ty are going to the Virginia Tech Notre Dame game. All right, so at the moment, Beth is off helping Alice at the wedding shop, and we're waiting before we go to the Notre Dame game tonight. It's just me and Luke in the house, which means we built a blanket fort. By we, I mean I built a blanket fort, which Luke doesn't really seem to appreciate. So largely I'm just gonna have to clean up a mess that I made, and maybe it was a total waste of time, but also still really awesome. Nope. He just wants to play with the camera. Oh, yeah, is the focus wrong? Bad news, the fort collapsed on me. This is kind of your fault, I think. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to rebuild. Ah. He's got my glasses. Actually, it's really just this one wall. It's been the problem the whole time. It's all right, Luke. I didn't go to blanket fort school for nothing. Okay, we have rebuilt the fort, and I feel comfortable saying this thing could now survive butterfly wing force winds. Hey, buddy. Luke found a shortcut. Good job, buddy. It's like, where'd he go for a second? Okay, I'm sorry. Game time. Woo! Yeah.
Woo, woo. We're heading to find some overalls.
Yeah, we're gonna go find overalls. The stadium is supposed to be striped, like it's supposed to be maroon, orange. They like told you what color to wear, but we're right on the line. So our solution is to get vertically striped overalls.
Yeah.
And then we won't be wrong no matter what.
No matter
right?
what, we've done exactly the right thing.
Exactly the
And
right thing.
Plus, then we have orange and maroon striped overalls. Goes good with everything.
I know, right? You can wear them any day of the year for any occasion. Well, they lost. I have to tell you, it was definitely a bummer. It was so close at halftime. It was like 16-17, and then they opened the second half with some like 97-yard rushing touchdown. Just I don't want to talk about it. That's the pregame show for this game was insane. There was like phones out. There was Enter Sandman. Metallica recorded something like a greeting for the crowd. There was parachuters and fireworks. Like I have never seen anything like it. Well done, Blacksburg. And we didn't find any overalls. But the great thing about tailgating and just college football in general is like the people you get to meet. So we have a Jenga game that we made, and we were playing it, and people tailgating next to us just were like, can we play? And the fun thing about our game is that we wrote a bunch of rules on the blocks that are like, you know, finish your drink or do 20 push-ups or do the next turn blindfolded or something. So, and they were just like totally in on whatever the rules were. And then in the game, even though we're just like in the middle of like the Virginia Tech section, I happened to be right next to 4 Notre Dame fans. And it really could have gone one of two ways. Like the guy, like I could tell he was like being very snarky because like this team was winning, and he like could have been a lot, yeah, it could have been a lot worse. But they like quickly, I think he quickly recognized that I was like frustrated at him and just said, sorry, I had like a lot of people were talking crap to me, and I was like, I understand. I'm sorry. No one said anything disrespectful here though, so. And he was like, you know what? That's true. No one has. And then I shared my drink with him, and we were total buds. We shared stories. Where are you from? Did you go to Notre Dame? He didn't. He was just, but it was his first college football game ever. So it was like, man, it's cool that you came to this one because this was quite a show. The important thing, Luke, is that it's not always about whether you win or lose. It's just about getting to know people and having a good time, and there being a good community and sportsmanship and stuff like that. But also go Hokies, all right? Yay! Yeah, oh, there goes the glasses. Luke's number one goal right now is hands down learning to walk, which is weird because you don't think of babies as having goals, but 100%, this is all he wants to do. He will constantly just crawl all the way across the room up to you, and you think, oh, he just wants to like cuddle or hug, or he wants to come see you. And he's smiling real big when he does it. But what he really wants is for you to pick him up like this so he can practice walking. This is like his mission, and once he figures it out, whew, we are gonna be in trouble, aren't we, buddy?